back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So Cardi B's album, Am I Ugly, unfortunately on day 2 lost 4 million streams, okay, for her album, I Am the Drama, on Paolify. Unfortunately, the first day she did 14 million, which is not that bad, but the second day she did 10 million. And unfortunately, yesterday, on its third day, only 2 songs from Cardi B's new album, I Am the Drama, remain available on Paolify US. Save and pick it up. But Cardi B fans are saying she doesn't need Paolify because guess what? She got Apple Music, and the streams from Apple Music are doing very well. Okay? A fan said Cardi absolutely dominating on Apple Music will always be more important in accomplishing than Paolify. Apple Music charts are driven by what is in demand. People are searching for those tracks and click and play. Paolify charts are overcompensated by playlisting, okay? So a lot of fans are saying that Apple Music counts more towards the charts and that it doesn't matter if she's flopping on Paolify. Now, also Cardi B has a little trickety trick up her sleeve. Not only is she giving away her album for only $5, she also is doing a $5 coupon. So the album basically free now. Okay. Now it's $5 on iTunes. I don't know if it's $5 on her website. I definitely did not check because I ain't gonna buy shit anyway. But she's giving a $5 coupon, so that way her per sales, a lot of fans believe her per sales will be 200,000. That's what Cardi B fans are saying. That it doesn't matter if the streams are low because they're buying the record. So it's going to be 200,000 per sales, and she will be selling 300,000 first week. So let me know how y'all feel about that. Not only that, it has been reported that Cardi B fans are using bots and VPNs to artificially boost the streams of certain songs by the artist, especially on her new album. I guess it's been exposed that they're trying to use a VPN to boost the streams on Paolify, but it's not working because she's not even on global Paolify. She only got 2 songs on the US Paolify. So I don't think that's working. But they are actively trying to boost the streams on Paolify by using VPNs and bots. So let me know how y'all feel about that. Now, this illegal tactic is probably going to encourage Paolify to remove streams. This is also one of the reasons why Cardi B fans are one of the dumbest fan bases. But not only that, I just don't understand how you guys expect people to believe that she's doing terrible on Paolify, but doing really well on Apple Music. Come on now. Now, moving on from that, Doja Cat did an interview with CBS, which nobody really watched. But she was on the Sunday morning show, and they asked Doja Cat what music genre best reflects her sound. She said, I'm pop. I think I'm a rapper who makes pop music, okay? Well, Doja Cat, then you're not really a rapper. That's why Doja Cat has lost her crown to Gorilla Glue. You're not really a rapper if you think the genre that you align with the most is pop, and you put out a pop album that's coming up Friday. And on top of that, you don't really ever have bars. You never put out an album that had straight bars. And anytime we thought you had bars or that you was dissing somebody, you backtracked. So you're absolutely right. That's why you no longer will be the princess. That crown has moved to Gorilla Glue until Doechii comes back. But you are no longer the princess of rap, okay? You just confirmed it. Now, Cardi B also announced that she's looking for an opening act for her world tour. Let's take a listen. Now, let me know in the comments who y'all think is going to be the opening act. That's interesting to me that she's looking for an opening act, because I feel like a lot of the newer generation artists, they're going on their own tours. Like Ice Spice already went on tour. That's why her and Cleopatra fell out, because she didn't want to buy Cleopatra a chicken salad on tour. Doja's going on tour. I don't know when that starts, but she's going on tour. Scratch Off already went on her flop ass tour. I feel like a lot of the younger generation don't really need to be opening acts. So it's like, who you gonna invite to open up for you? Oh, what if she invite Lourdes, Nicki Minaj's ex-artist? Allegedly, she's not Nicki Minaj's artist anymore. But what if she invite her on tour? That would be interesting. Let me know how y'all feel about that. Now, Botch and Pregnant also goes off on the fans who've been calling her out about not being around her children, especially since she's going on another tour.
We far away from each other. No. I live with my kids. I live in New Jersey. My kids live in New Jersey. And let me tell you something about motherhood, right? Unless a man has you put up to be a housewife and you don't have a job and you wake up every single day to be a housewife and be a house mom and everything, you always gonna have to sacrifice some time to work and make money. Like for example, right? My schedule is different, but most women in America, in the world, they have a 9 to 5. So because they have a 9 to 5, a lot of women spend time away during that 9 to 5 from their kids. Some of them cannot even pick them up at 3 o'clock. Some of them cannot drop them off to school because they, they got to be at their work at 9. That's what happens when you're a mom and you have a job. You sacrifice some time. So don't tell me that it's like, oh, you're not raising your kids because you got all this work. What are you talking about? When I had my daughter, Culture, and I was doing four to five different shows in a week, I had my kid with me. Then, of course, COVID came and everything. But I'm always with my kids. I live with my kids. You could see it in the attitudes of my children. Like me and my kids are like best friends. Like because I see them almost every day, every single day. They know me and I know them very well. This ain't no nanny, this and that shit. Like, yes, I have people that help me with my kids, but this ain't no, oh, I just dropped them off and somebody else is raising them for me. It's very clear that that's not what I do.
So let me know how y'all feel about that, and do you agree or disagree with Cardi B? In my opinion, I feel like it don't matter if your kids live with you. You still should not be going on a tour and you got a newborn baby. Whether you got nannies or help or not, it just don't look good, because that's when the child kind of really needs you the most, in my opinion. Now, a lot of fans are debating if Kendrick Lamar and Nicki wrote a diss track to each other, who would win? A fan responded and said she gonna call him short and he gonna say her casket will have to be a guitar shape, okay? Well, both of those would be very corny. Didn't Champagne Thickums call Kendrick Lamar short and lost? I mean, he already said that. You can't repeat disses. He already said that and lost, okay? So the short thing ain't gonna work, okay? Especially when Nicki Minaj is only like, what, 5'2", 5'3", so it's not gonna really work. And then the casket bar would be trash too. I don't think Kendrick Lamar would beef with Nicki Minaj or write a diss track to Nicki Minaj. See, Kendrick Lamar has class. He doesn't beef with women or drag women into his beef. Even when he was going back and forth with Champagne Thickums, he never once mentioned, not once, he never mentioned Champagne Thickums' prostitute of a baby mama, Sophie. He never did. He could have easily been like, you talking about Whitney, at least my baby mama wasn't a escort sleeping with rappers before she got knocked up by you. Okay, because I definitely would have brought it up. But he didn't. He has class. He don't bring women into beef. Champagne Thickums has dissed Rihanna, Serena Williams, Georgia Smith, I think that's her name is. And the next time he drop, he will be dissing SZA, unfortunately. She better go get in the booth. But with that being said, Champagne Thickums diss women. Kendrick Lamar does not. In my opinion, I can't really see him dragging Nicki Minaj, like doing a whole diss track about Nicki Minaj. I can't see him really doing that because he's never done that before. Drake has openly dissed a lot of women throughout his rap career. Serena Williams, like, he has no class. Okay, so I think people are wishful thinking about this, but listen, there might be one male rapper dissing her, but it won't be Kendrick Lamar, though. It definitely gonna be somebody, but I'll save that tea for another day. Now, Queen B, unfortunately, is getting sabotaged. It has been reported that, unfortunately, Ticketmaster is being sued for working with scalpers to make millions on resale tickets. It was reported that it has been revealed that Queen B's Renaissance tour had 9,000 tickets illegally bought in a single night as money laundering scheme in order to resell them at a criminal price and fill thousands of empty seats. That can't be true. Now, Rolling Stone reported this, but Queen B is not being sued. It's Ticketmaster that's being sued. My whole thing is, why are people blaming Queen B for resellers being criminals and upping the price and reselling the tickets? That is not Queen B's fault. I don't know why people are calling out Queen B. This is Live Nation and Ticketmaster that is going to be getting in trouble. Devil Nation does business with Live Nation, so they might be collateral damage, but Queen B is innocent in this regard because I highly doubt that she bought 9,000 tickets and, resold them. I highly doubt she would do something like that. But there's a lot of greedy people in the world that were buying tickets at Queen B's Cowboy Carter tour and selling them for like $4,000, $5,000. There's a lot of greedy people in the world. I think that this really has less to do with Queen B and more has to do with Ticketmaster probably running a scam. It probably was Ticketmaster doing it too. That's why they're in the lawsuit and Queen B is not. Okay. So, a lot of fans are blaming Queen B, but I'm like, this happens all the time. This happens when the Charles That's Racist goes on tour. When any big artist goes on tour, there's a bunch of greedy resellers that try to, always take people's money. Okay? You just got to know what tickets to buy and what tickets not to buy. And I definitely would not buy no damn 4,000 ticket to see no Queen B. I like Queen B. I already saw her on the Cowboy Carter World Tour. I definitely did not pay no $4,000. That was never going to happen. Now, moving on from that, it has been reported that Queen B is working with Big Billy's brother, Phineas, for her next album, Act 3. Okay, this is very interesting. Okay. I would like for Queen B to work with like a Jack Antonoff too. Imagine if she worked with Phineas and then she wins Album of the Year again. Big Billy might feel some type of way because Big Billy was snubbed this year at the Grammys. Even though I think that her album was pretty fire. I'm shocked she didn't win anything. That was kind of weird. She went home with nothing. But I think that this is a good look. And I think that she should work with Jack Antonoff too. I think that the next album, that's going to be the best Queen B album ever. I think she's definitely going to, bring the people that were doubting her and saying how she fell off musically. I think she's definitely going to prove the haters wrong. Now, it looks like the Ghetto Red, the Flop, and the Strap has all linked up, allegedly working on some music. Personally, I do not need to hear any of this. Lizzo is a flop, and her rapping music that she's been putting out is trash. Sexy Red already fell off. She had a good 2-year run. Kalani got one hit after probably like 5 years, but I'm not impressed. This is not the 3 girls that should be working together. We need like Queen B, SZA, and like a Nicki if Nicki didn't go after TDE. That's what we would need. Okay? Nicki, Riri, and Queen B. This ain't what we need. Okay? This is Ghetto. We don't need Sexy and Lizzo and Kalani on a record together. That is just gonna be completely, utterly garbage, especially if Lizzo's on it. Because Lizzo can't write a hit right now to save her life. Lizzo is trash. I'm sorry. I don't know if she had writers before, but I don't know what music she making now, but it's been terrible. Okay? So I can pass on this trash music. Now, moving on from that, Winnie Harlow does have to receive 500,000 lashings, okay? Now, Winnie Harlow, she's a model. I don't know where she models because I haven't seen her in years modeling in any magazine cover. But she went to see Breezy's concert, being the groupie that she is. And she posted a, I guess, offensive caption on Instagram, which is why she's receiving a lot of backlash. She posted, "Look at Michael Jackson's kids. I got the skin, Maurice got the skill." Laughing emoji. And a lot of people were offended by that. Here's the thing with Winnie. One, that was corny. I mean, you could have came up with a better caption than that. That was corny. Goodness gracious. That was so whack. And a lot of people are offended because everybody knows MJ had a skin condition. That's why he turned white. Okay. I don't feel like that caption was necessary. You went to see Chris Brown because you're a groupie. Okay, like the other Instagram thoughts. Let's be very clear. Y'all don't care about talent in this generation, please. Y'all do not care about talent. Y'all are groupies. Y'all care about sleeping with the hottest entertainer, rapper, influencer in the game. And I don't care if she's engaged or not. That don't mean that these hoes don't be sleeping around. Look at Cardi B. Pregnant, divorced, and with somebody else. Okay, so being engaged, married means nothing in Hollywood. I don't want to hear, oh, she's engaged. That means nothing. I think a lot of these R&B girls and these models and influencers be very thirsty over C Breezy. Okay? But that was corny. The caption was trash. And I just feel like you could have just not even posted a caption. You could have just said, oh, Chris Brown did a great show or something like that. Like, I don't know. I always thought Winnie Harlow was weird, though. Wasn't she a colorist? Didn't she get exposed for being a colorist? I could have sworn she got exposed for that. But anyway, I got some very hot tea on Cindy Sweetie. The singer David was going on behind the scenes on Patreon. Link will be in the description. I hope you have a great day.